Today I want to talk about something we all have in common, which is that we all want to be loved, are looking for love, and want to even share that love with others. Because, to be honest, love is the most amazing, wonderful, exhilarating, beautiful experience you could even have. It makes you feel happy, it makes you feel whole. But sometimes there's this doubt that happens where you're second guessing or thinking about, does this person really love me or do I really love them? But then you make your mind say, yeah, I do love them. And you keep going with that relationship where you're just trying to make it work. But in reality, this part of your gut is telling you, this is not right. Hey, I'm Vivian, and today I want to talk about what is love? What does love mean to you? When someone loves you, when you love them, what do you think about? Do you love someone based on how they look? Do you love someone emotionally, like how they make you feel, how you make them feel? Do you love someone because they have a good job? Do you love someone because you just need to be in a relationship and want to be loved? So I want to go in a bit deeper and talk about the two types of love as well: conditional and unconditional love. In relationships with your parents, with your friends, and with your significant other. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll be able to decipher what kind of love you're giving and receiving and how it serves you or doesn't serve you. So let's talk about conditional love. Conditional love is when you have conditions for somebody. For instance, parents may have conditional love with their children. Yes, parents also love unconditionally, but there comes a time when kids are starting to figure out what they want to be, what they want to do with themselves. They're just barely creating their own identity. When parents all of a sudden want to tell you what you should do with your life. When you're little, your parents are always telling you, do this, don't do this. You're so talented, you're not talented, you need to do better at this. Or parents are already planning your future. You're gonna be a doctor, so keep on studying hard. Oh, you make me feel so happy. For instance, parents want their kids to do sports they don't even like. And yes, it could help them in many ways to make that skill better, but eventually they want to do some other stuff, but they're trying to get you to love them. And that's how I feel we learn to love conditionally, because parents are always trying to make you do certain things that you don't even want to do, and you feel like you need the love of the parent, so you do it, and then you're like, oh man, my parent loves me now, I feel good about myself. And when you don't get their approval, it feels kind of lame because you tried so hard and you haven't gotten their approval. We're always looking for that approval of parents. When you get to that age of 16, 17, 15, or whatever, teenagers are starting to decide what they want to do with their life. They're a little bit rebellious. They're trying to go against the grain, do other stuff. And all of a sudden, the parents are like, oh my gosh, my kid is getting out of hand. I can't handle him or her. And sometimes parents just get so mad that they can't control what's going on, so they want to kick their kids out into the streets. And a lot of teens do get kicked out into the streets. Sometimes kids trust their parents and want to tell them, Mom, Dad, you know what, I'm gay. And when kids tell their parents that, some parents will resort to kicking them out too, because they can't accept that their kids do that kind of stuff, but they're just being authentic and wanting to express who they really are. So they get kicked out. And that right there breaks my heart. Your parents literally created you to just decide that they don't want you anymore. And you trusting them and loving them to have the freedom and telling them everything you feel or think. That right there is conditional love, because no parent would disown your child just because of that. You work hard and you work with your kids, and also kids too with their parents. If you don't get a certain thing, you get so mad with your mom or dad, like, oh my god, I didn't get this new phone, I don't love my mom or dad, or oh my god, my parents didn't let me go out, I don't love them. Like, what? So you're gonna love them until they give you money, until they give you everything that you want? No, you're always gonna love your parents because they created you. That's putting a bunch of conditions. So we keep doing this back and forth, parent to child, child to parent. So when is this cycle gonna end? Until we get tired of it. So now let's get into relationships with your significant other. For instance, before you meet somebody, you're already looking for those qualities that you want in somebody. Like, you want them to be so perfect. You want them to meet your every single quality that you are looking for. You're on an app and you're looking through, and then you're swiping left or swiping right, and you're seeing like, oh, this person's dressed nice. Ooh, he's probably has a good job. Oh my god, look at this. And then you swipe and swipe and swipe, and then you look at another person and you're like, that person's alright. Keep going, keep going. So you're always putting conditions even before you want to love somebody. There's always something going on. And when you're with somebody, you're trying to change them. Believe it or not, you're trying. You're maybe trying to say, oh, I don't want my boyfriend to be wearing that today. I think he should wear something else. Or guys, I don't want my girlfriend to be wearing those short shorts or this type of shirt. You better take that off because you only wear that when you're with me, or stuff like that. You can't even have girls' phone numbers on your phone, and the guy's like, you can't have guys' phone numbers on your phone. So they erase those numbers and they have an agreement, and that's conditional love right there, because you're not letting anybody have friends, so you're just together all the time because you did that. And I'm not just saying that, because I had a friend one time and she told me that that's what she did. She was just with me. She's like, I got my boyfriend's phone and I'm erasing all of the girls in his contacts. I'm like, wow, okay. Like, honestly, I didn't even like to get in the middle of any of that stuff. So, whatever. And then you're just trying to make each other happy. So you're always thinking, what should I do to make my significant other happy? Do you think that they like the job I'm in? Or sometimes they could be like, well, I don't feel like that job's good for you. Or I don't feel like you should go with this career. And they're like, I don't feel like you should do this either. So you're just trying to please each other and make each other happy. Yes, that's good to make each other happy, but does it make you happy too? Because if it makes you happy and it makes them happy, then it's okay. But if you're doing something to make your significant other happy, that's not good. And then some people might say, oh, isn't that selfish that you shouldn't always be thinking about yourself? Yeah, but you shouldn't be always thinking about how to please other people when you're not happy. When you keep doing this little by little, you're forgetting who you are. And they're forgetting who they are. They're trying to please you, you're trying to please them. Like, eventually, you're kind of losing your identity and trying to come up with some other identity it's just going to be harder to remember who you are if you keep doing the same things, because you're not even going to know what makes you happy anymore, because you keep following about how you want your significant other to feel about you. And to be honest, right now, that's how a lot of relationships are. Some people really watch their words when they're with somebody else, and I could tell, like, for some friends, when they're with their boyfriend, girlfriend, they're someone else. And then when their boyfriend and girlfriend's gone, they're themselves. They talk whatever, they say whatever, and like, I'm like, whoa, dude, like, that seemed like that person had two personalities. They were this one time and now they're this some other time. Like, what a change. And then finally, with conditional love, everything is just simpler. When you're with your parents and they love you unconditionally, they don't care if you're good or bad at anything. As long as you try it, they still love you. For instance, if they put you in a sport, you're not good at it, they're like, okay, well, I don't think this sport may be good for you, but you did great. Or if you tell them your career, or if you like a man or a woman, they don't care. They're like, all right then, you do whatever you want with your life. I'm happy for you in whatever you desire or wherever you want to go. Your parents are always going to be supporting you. Your parents are always going to be cheering you on, no matter what you're going to do with your life. And wouldn't that be great if life would be that way? If parents would just love you unconditionally, with just letting you be who you are since you were small, and like to play and have your imagination, and they just let you be, and then you start to grow and decide what you wanted to do. Wouldn't that be so great that you wouldn't have to have like some sort of burden on your shoulders and like just pursue whatever you wanted? Like, you would have so many avenues to create, doors will opening more, because you are literally being yourself. And it's so much easier when you have parents supporting you, and it's not that easy when they're not supporting you and they're just telling you, oh my god, you're gonna make the wrong choice. That is unconditional love, when your parents let you be who you want to be, and they're always gonna be happy for you. And then when you love your boyfriend or girlfriend unconditionally, it's easy to be yourself. It's just simple. You don't have to try so hard to please each other, because you already like each other how you are. Like, you have so many things in common. You talk about it. You talk about your feelings. You make each other grow. You're like helping each other with things that you're still dealing with. For instance, my boyfriend has really helped me accept my limited vision, and also I've learned not to be so hard on myself. I asked him, what have I showed you? What have I shown you that has helped you along the way? And he told me this. He said, I really learned to be myself, and I really learned patience. Because sometimes he does have to be patient with me, which I admit. But yes, we are learning from each other. We both like to try new things. When we have an issue, we talk about it. We don't just hold it in and not say anything about it until who knows when. There just has to be communication no matter what. And this is what I know. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's okay, because this is my point of view, and I'm just telling you my perspective. The point in general I really want to make here is, don't forget who you are, no matter what. No matter if you're loved conditionally, no matter if you're loved unconditionally. Always remember that being yourself is the best thing that you can do for yourself. And if you can, always love unconditionally. Because if we all were to love unconditionally in this world, there wouldn't be that much chaos, there wouldn't be that much anger, there wouldn't be that much resentment, there wouldn't be that much selfishness.